Hello everyone, once again welcome back to video lecture of Community Health and Social Work. We are continuing our discussion on epidemiology, and in our previous video lecture we had discussed on meaning of epidemiology, definition of epidemiology, aims of epidemiology, uses of epidemiology and terminology used in epidemiology. And in this class now we will discuss on other part of epidemiology, and in this class we will discuss on the components of epidemiology, the tools of measurement and measurement in epidemiology, and also discussed on the scope of epidemiology. Let's discuss on briefly on these parts. First we will discuss on components of epidemiology. In epidemiology there is three types of components, and these three major components are disease frequency, distribution of disease, and last one is determinants of disease. And first we will discuss on disease frequency. Refers to the measurement of health related event in the form of rates and ratios. These rates are essential for comparing the disease frequency in different populations or subgroups of the same population. Such comparison yield valuable information on disease etiology. This is a vital step in the development of strategies for prevention of control of health problems. In disease frequency, we can measure the rate and ratio of the disease, and we can study and detail about the disease. And through disease frequency, we can know the percentage, the number of disease patients, and the number of population which are occurring from different diseases. And also this is a most important component through which we can control the disease and we can control the different health problems and we can prevent from different diseases. And next we will discuss on distribution of disease. In this component, the basic tenet of epidemiology is that the distribution of disease occurs in patterns in a community. An important function is to study the pattern of the distribution in various subgroups. Thus, epidemiology examines whether there has been an increase or decrease over time span. An important outcome of this step is formulation of etiological hypothesis. In distribution of the disease, we can know about some other parts of the disease, and we can know the cause and risk factors. We can know about the disease, or we can study on the disease and detail mainly on ground of time, place and person. In time, we can study about the disease, when the disease occurred, and in place, we can study on where that disease occurred. Under the person, we can study on different parts, that is age, sex and occupation also, because age always matter for occurring from different diseases, because in different age group people are suffering from different types of disease. Simply, for example, the old age people are mainly facing the cardiac problems, diabetic problems, these types of problems. And sex also matters, because female has different types of health problems and male person has different types of health problems. And occupation also matters, because in some occupation, those who are working in some mines areas, they have cardiac problem, they have skin diseases also. So that occupation also matters for suffering from different diseases. And under the person, these are the important factors, determinants of disease. This aspect of epidemiology is known as analytical epidemiology. Analytical strategies help in developing scientifically sound health programs, intervention and policies. In determinants of disease, we can study and we can research on the hypothesis in disease, and we can use the hypothesis, and also we can study on cause and risk factors of different disease, because different disease has different regions, different risk factors and different cause. So that in determinants of disease, we can know about all other parts, means we can know about cause and risk factors of the disease. What are the reasons behind which disease? Because there is different reason, different cause of different health problems. Next is scope of epidemiology. In scope of epidemiology, there is 4 types of scope. First is causation of the disease. Next is natural history of the disease. Third one is health status of the population. And fourth one is evaluation of interventions. In causation of the disease, there is most of diseases are caused by interaction between genetic and environmental factors, and personal behavior affect this interplay, and epidemiology is used to study their influence and the effects of preventive intervening through health promotion. There is 2 factors, one is genetic factor and other one is environmental factor. These are some causation of the disease. And next is natural history of the disease. Epidemiology is also concerned with the course and outcome, which is natural history of disease in individual and groups. And each individual and each group members has different disease, and they have different natural history of different diseases. Next is health status of the population. Epidemiology is often used to describe the health status of population. Knowledge of the disease burden in population is essential for health authorities, and to use limited resources to the best possible effect by identifying priority health programs for prevention and care. There is different programs and different health services which are implemented for preventing from different diseases and from preventing or control of the disease. And this is health status of the population, through which we can know about the health status of the human being or of the society. And next is evaluation of intervention. To evaluate the effectiveness and efficiency of health services. This means determining things such as impact of contraceptive use and population control. And those people who are using the contraceptive methods, this has also some impact on health. And next, the efficiency of sanitation measures to control diarrheal disease, and the impact of reducing lead additives in petrol. These are under evaluation of interventions. Next, we will discuss measurements in epidemiology. And under measurements, there is first one is measurements of mortality, next one is measurement of morbidity, next one is measurement of disability, and next one is measurements of natality. In measurements of mortality, we can know about the death rate, and we can measure the death rate of the country. And in measurement of morbidity, we can measure the persons, those who are suffering from different diseases, or those who have some medical conditions or different diseases or different health conditions, and they are suffering from different health problems. And in measurement of disability, we can measure the percentage of disabled population, and we can know about those who are suffering from disability. They have different types of disability, and percentage of population on ground of different types of disability. And some persons are blind, some persons are mentally retarded, and some persons are physically retarded, so that there is different types of disability, and we can measure the percentage of population in different category of disability. And next one is measurements of natality. In this measurement, we can measure the birth rate of the number of birth population in the specific population, and that is birth rate. In measurement of natality, we can know about the birth percentage of per year. Measurements of the presence, absence or distribution of the characteristics or attributes of the disease. And also we can measure the presence and absence of distribution, means we can measure the time, place and person, and also we can measure different attributes of the disease. Measurement of medical needs, healthcare facilities, utilization of health services and other related events. In measurement of epidemiology also we can measure the needs of medical facilities and the needs of healthcare facilities or healthcare services, and how we can utilize the health services and other health related events also. Measurement of the presence, absence or distribution of the environmental and other factors suspected of the environmental and other factors suspected of causing the disease. And also we can measure the presence and absence or distribution, those who are suspected of causing different diseases and those who are which are the factors suspected of the environmental problem also. Measurement of demographic variables. In this measurement we can measure the demographic variables, the changes of the demographic condition. And next we will discuss on tools of measurement. In tools of measurement, the epidemiologist usually expresses disease magnitude as first is rate, second one is ratio and third one is proportion. These are the tools of measurement of epidemiology. First we will discuss on the tool that is rate. Rate measures the occurrence of some particular event in a population during a given time period. That is death rate. We can measure the death rate, number of deaths in a year into 1000 divided by mid-year population. With this formula we can measure the death rate. Next is a rate comprises the following elements, and these are some elements: the numerator, denominator, time specification and a multiplier. And numerator means number of events in a population during specified time, and denominator is two types. One is total population and another one is total events. And under total population there is mid-year population and population at risk. And time specification means there is some specific time for measurement. There is some specific time gap. And a multiplier is we can know or we can measure the frequency of the number of population. We can measure the percentage also. And the next is categories of rate: crude rates or unstandardized rates. And next is specific rates. And last one is standardized rates. First we will discuss on crude rates or unstandardized rates. What is the crude rates? In crude rates we can analysis or we can measure the birth rates or death rates. And in specific rates, actual observed rates due to specific cause during specific time periods. And for example, annual or monthly rates of some specific disease. Next is standardized rates. In standardized rate, these are obtained by direct or indirect method of standardization. For example, age and sex standardized rate. Next, we will discuss on ratio. It expresses a relation in size between two random quantities. The numerator is not a part of the denominator, and ratio is the result of dividing one quantity by another. This is all about ratio. And for example of the ratio, if there is the number of children with scabies at a certain time is to the number of children with malnutrition at a certain time. Means in a certain time there is some number of children, those who are suffering from scabies, and also there is another group, the number of children, those who are suffering from malnutrition. And next is proportion. A proportion is a ratio which indicates the relation in magnitude of a part of the whole. The numerator is always included in the denominator. A proportion is usually expressed in percentage. We can measure the proportion by percentage, and there is the numerator is always included in the denominator. For example, a proportion is the number of children with scabies at a certain time into 100 divided by the total number of children in the village at the same time. Mortality rates and ratios. In this part, there is crude death rates, specific death rates, case fatality rates, proportional mortality rates, survival rates, adjusted or standardized rates. These are also under mortality rates and ratios. And next we will discuss on measurements of morbidity. In measurements of morbidity, there is two types of measurement. One is incidence and second one is prevalence. And incidence is the number of new cases occurring in a defined population during a specified period of time. And incidence equal to number of new cases of specific disease during a given period divided by population at risk during that time into 1000. Through this method, we can measure the incidence. And incidence rate, that refers to only 2 new cases, and we can include only 2 new cases during a given period or 1 year. There is specific time period, the time period is 1 year, and in a specified population or population at risk, unless other denominators are chosen, and it can refer to new spells or episodes of disease arising, and also it refers to new session or infected of new episode of different disease. And incidence measures the rate at which new cases are occurring in a population, and always focused on the new cases which are occurring in a population. And uses if incidence rates, and how we can use it. The incidence rates are health status indicator. It is useful for taking action and to control disease. And through incidence rates, we can also research into etiology, and we can research into pathogenesis also. And through incidence, we can measure or we can study on some therapeutic systems or therapeutic facilities, and also research on different other facilities through which we can control or prevent the diseases. And in prevalence, prevalence refers to all current cases, old and new cases, existing at a given point of time or over a period of time in a given population. And it is actually a ratio. And there is 2 types of prevalence. One is point prevalence and period prevalence. In point prevalence is defined as the number of all current cases, old and new cases of a disease at one point of time in relation to a defined population. And the formula of point prevalence is the number of all current cases of a specified disease existing at a given point in time. Period prevalence is, it measures the frequency of all current cases which existing during a defined period of time, and it includes cases arising before but extending into or through to the year, as well those cases arising during this year. And the formula is number of existing cases of a specified disease during a given period of time interval into 100 divided by estimated mid-interval population at risk. And simply incidence means it includes all the new cases which are occurring or which are arising in recent time and in a certain time. And prevalence means both the cases, both old and new cases. In this class, we had discussed on some other parts of epidemiology, and these parts are components of epidemiology, scopes of epidemiology, measurements in epidemiology and tools of measurement in epidemiology, and also discussed on the measurement of morbidity also. And this will help you to know about the epidemiology and go through the previous video to know about detail on epidemiology, which will help you to understand briefly on epidemiology. Thank you. Keep watching. Have a great day.